Season 1 was about transformation, realizing you can love your life and break free from stories that held you back. Now, in Season 2, we're stepping in a new frequency. What transformation looks like in real life. The messy middle. The real, raw conversations. If you're ready to live your truth, let's talk. This is Jessica Javens Talk, Season 2. I am so happy to be back here in Indiana, summertime, although you're probably going to be watching this on fall or winter. It is summer right now, but I'm in this nice, wonderful, cool studio. I get to wear a jacket, and maybe some Brazilian flares are going to come out in a little bit. But anyways, talking about Brazil, I do have somebody very special coming in that shares that beautiful culture and background with me. And I'm happy to bring that to all of the audience today. By the way, what we're going to talk about now is something very, very important. I'm asking you who are watching us right now to stay until the end and to please share this with everybody, because everybody deserves to know this just like you do by being here. So thank you. So in today's episode, we have an amazing person coming on. This person I met recently and I connected because of the beautiful history and cause that he is creating right now. So thank you for coming, Sergio Lopez. Welcome to Jessica Javens Talk.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much. Let me tell you a little bit about Sergio. Sergio worked together with EMI for 9 years, and then for over 12 years with Sony Music. He's been a singer and then a producer for a few decades. And now he's a partner with LCTM Brand Builders, and he continues to help artists and businesses to become amazing or to improve or to relaunch. So whatever capacity that they need. He's also part of the United Earth affiliated with the Nobel Prize Foundation. And he is working with the Earth Amazonian Award that started in 2023, which is a beautiful cause of educating the world about the importance of lives, and that's where we're going to start right now. So I'm going to hold back a little bit. Sergio, tell us a little bit about where you're coming from and a little bit about your background, because I really want to focus on that beautiful thing that you're working on right now.
Sure. I was born in São Paulo. I'm not going to take here your time to explain my journey, but I live in Western Florida. And my objective now is saving lives. It's basically the fine art of saving lives, literally. Obviously, I can explain that thing.
Thank you so much. Sergio worked with one of the many famous people in Brazil, and then he moved here to the United States, where he is right now in Florida, where he also worked with a lot of famous people that you probably heard of, Michael Jackson, Celine Dion, Beyonce, and the list keeps going. And with all of that said, he chose now to work with one of the main health industries, and he's helping lives through his own experience. So Sergio, tell us a little bit about what you went through on yourself with your body, your personal life, that helped you become aware of the importance of what you are working on right now.
Thank you. I was, at the time, 2017, I was working as a financial advisor was my main activity. I have a connection with your city where we are now, because the company One America is there, based there. And I start feeling not well, tired, end of 2017. By beginning of 2018, I went to Cleveland Clinic, and I asked the doctor, I'm getting old. No, you are very sick. You're not getting old. I'm going to enlist you to for a heart transplant, which I had in July 2018. Uh, Moving forward, I had a rejection, and I had another transplant in 2021, August. And basically, the doctor, which was the same that did the surgery, said, "Listen, Sergio, you have so much information about this, how it works, the financial aspect of this, the medical aspect, technological, social, and spiritual. Don't keep all this information with you.
Mm,
Go and educate people." And that's exactly what I do.
that's amazing. I'm so happy the doctor said that because that is so true. I this whole world opened up for me once I met you, and I'm sure that most people are not aware, just like I wasn't. So thank you. Share a little bit about the first process of the first time that you had your first heart implant.
It's like a movie. It's like a Mission Impossible. You are enlisted to receive a heart. You have to be permanently with your iPhone. You have to be in communication because we never know when one organ, a heart will be available, and you receive the call. Most of the people don't never receive the call. When I received my call, there was at this exactly day 13,000 people waiting for a heart in the United States.
Just in the United
And
States.
how, yeah, 13, because the data in the United States is more credible than anywhere else. So the system is if somebody is declared dead, clinically dead, the organs are available. They send a message to all hospitals that are able to do a transplant of any organ. So Cleveland Clinic received exactly the same message. At the time, Cleveland Clinic had 3,000 people waiting for a heart. And so there's other issues with compatibility of the organ with the recipient. And from 3,000, they selected only 12. And I received the call. I was one of the 12th, and with a long explanation that I'm not going to do this, I was chosen. And so basically, I drove my car. I drove my car to the parking lot of Cleveland Clinic, Florida. I checked. It was a Friday, 6 o'clock. I started preparation. The heart came from Texas. Arrived 11 o'clock.
You were
I
probably
saw the
feeling
heart.
you were probably feeling very anxious at this point. I can only imagine the feeling. I can't imagine. Now, before you move on from the parking lot, you told me that they gave you a call, but they said you have to have your phone with you. How many times does a person get a call when the organ is available to them? How many times do they call that patient that was chosen?
Only one.
Only one. So if I missed a call and I'm waiting for a transplant, I'm not going to get that transplant because
you're not part of the list anymore.
that is crazy. And today with all those spam
Yeah,
calls,
because it's easy to understand. They don't have time to spare because
you're right.
you have the organ has to be used. A heart outside the body has to be used in 6 hours.
6 hours.
So yeah.
And some flights
And my
last
heart,
5 hours
this
across the
specific
country.
heart was in. Say that again.
And some flights can take 5 hours if you're flying from one part of the United States to another.
Well, you have to be strategically located close to where the heart is or the organ is.
Wow.
and taking consideration and everything goes with private jets, Lear jets that are rented just used just to speed up the process.
Wow.
Once from the heart to the airport, there is a kind of special cars that and everything is in a rush. When my heart came to the arrived on the Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport,
Uh-huh.
there was a police car with siren to bring over the heart. That's why the process is a little bit speedier than normal
Wow.
people.
So let's go back to the parking lot. What happened next?
I check it and what are you looking for? So I came for a heart transplant. So okay, which is kind of bizarre, man. I was by myself.
Wow.
And so they start the preparation, which is long. And after, so that was around 6 p.m. By 11 p.m., the heart finally came from Texas, and it's curious to comment for your audience that I saw my heart coming, my next heart coming in a bucket of ice and pulsing.
Wow.
And I was introduced by my next heart briefly. So this is your next heart. And I think is interesting. That is a muscle, but the muscle has electronic nerves this way, so it's still pulsing because the heart has a memory as a heart. So he is it its mission is pulsing. So even outside the body, the heart keeps pulsing
That's incredible.
without blood.
Incredible. Wow. How can you tell me just briefly how did you feel at that moment?
You feel I felt very happy and very relieved because when you are sick that way, you just want the doctor give me an anesthesia, do something because I don't want to keep like this. My heart was function with 13% of his part, his its
Capacity.
capacity,
Wow.
and so you feel so tired that you just don't want to be in that thing. So once something is happening, that the outcome can be only two: or you die, or you are saved. So I like the chances, the odds.
That's incredible. You were one out of basically 13,000 people in this country waiting for a heart, and you were the one who got that heart. Wow. So what happened with the rejection? Because you told me earlier, I'm sorry, that you had to go through a panel of even sessions with like a psychologist and everything before they can make sure that they're going to choose you over somebody else, which I had no
Yes.
clue. All of that happens before you are eligible to get a transplant. So just tell us briefly how did that look like?
The doctors say that 50% of your survival rate is your mental state. If you are depressed, they don't perform anymore any kind of surgery or transplantation because the surgery is stressful, but your mind doesn't allow your body to heal, and you die.
Wow.
So because of that, you have to pass. Any candidate has to pass through three psychologists, and they grade you from 0 to. And the reason when there was the final list was 12 at Cleveland Clinic, I was the number one choice because I was 10 in mindset.
Wow. That's incredible. How important that is. It saved your life. This is amazing
Yeah,
how important that is. Okay.
that's why I'm using my education. Let's put it, forced education to save
Yes.
other people's lives.
Yes. That's amazing. That is so
It's
so
all about
powerful.
all about good information.
Yes.
Yeah, education.
Yes. Absolutely. So now one thing that I've never heard or met is somebody who went through that two times. So you went through a second time. So tell us about that.
There was a rare form of rejection because most of the rejections can be anticipated before that is so advanced the medicine that they can anticipate that you're going to have a rejection. So I had a very heart of rare type of rejection because they couldn't anticipate. 90% of the rejections never happen because, clinically speaking, you can preview through this. Is a fascinating process. But I was on the in the I was in the 10% that could not be detected. And then when I came back to the doctor, doctor, I'm getting tired again, and I was diagnosed and I was enlisted for a second transplant, third heart.
Again, against all odds, you were able to get into that list again. What did it look like at this point? It's the process of you. Like you just got a bad news. How'd you feel then, and how did it move forward towards your next surgery?
Well, is the heart transplant, the organ recipient, the people who are enlisted to receive a transplant, his future is very bleak because you have no idea when they're going to have another organ. I have experience because I volunteer to help people waiting for a heart, and they are mentally in a very difficult position because you wake up in the morning, you don't have to, you're gonna have is today or 1 week or 1 month or
Wow.
6 months or 1 year, and if you're gonna die before you are able to receive an organ.
I I can't even imagine something like that. Um, and I can see why you are so involved now in educating people on this, because there's nothing like going through a process like that and then twice. So let's talk a little bit about this movement then. How did it start, and how are you reaching out to people and educating them and making that difference right now? And what is your goal?
Yeah, my goal is saving lives, but in the process to educate people how you can save lives because more people should understand and be educated with what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So there is unacceptable for a country like the United States to have in line, I mean, 13, 14, 15 people die every day because they don't get an organ every single day. I know many of them, or I knew many of them.
Mm.
Somebody has to do something, but it's not one person, it's a community. So I put it together what I call the heart ambassadors. I'm educating uh, quality people, people with good communication, that with a good intentions to educate their social and professional circle. I give you an example. I believe that so this might have maximum 100 people, maybe less. because I'm not focused in quantity, it's in quality. Okay, how we're gonna make this as a mass communication? I give you an example. I in certain moment produced a record of Selena Gomez. You know Selena Gomez,
Oh,
no, the
yes.
artist.
Yes.
Okay, she has 478 followers, 478 million followers on Instagram. So one message from her, if she's engaged in educate her audience, she has 478 million people that she can reach through one post on Instagram. So I can imagine if I go, I have in my WhatsApp five artists that they can reach out together, 1.2 billion people in a touch of the screen.
It's amazing.
This is myself and my friends and other influencers. So we can reach a huge number of people very fast, and I believe this is going to happen the second semester of 2025.
That's amazing. So tell us a little bit, what is the main way that you educate people? You gave us some data here. You told us about how many people die every day because they cannot get a transplant. You talked about how many people are in the waiting list in this country just for the heart, not counting the other organs, but the heart. And tell us a little bit more. What are the data and the information that you use to impact people to bring awareness and to make them make the changes that they need to make?
Waiting for a heart, for an organ is today is 90 million people as we speak are waiting for an organ. Around 10,000, 9,000 for hearts today. So what we can do, let's understand, is very important. The answer here is the youth, the young people, the people that will when they take the test for the first driver's license. In the process, they enlist themselves as organ donors. Or when they renew the driver's license, they again make sure that they are enlisted. So this, when authorities receive a body, somebody in a morgue or in a hospital, people the authorities know that that person, deceased person, recently deceased person, is the organ donor, and they have authority to take out the organs without parents' authorization. So think a little bit. Most of the people, organ donors, they died in a car or motorcycle accidents or overdose
Wow.
or a gunshot.
I see.
So those are the disease profile, 90%. So imagine parents that in the morning their son left to the school, and 6 hours later they are in an emergency room with his son dead. Sorry to speak this bluntly. Uh, uh, they if the doctors the guy is dead. If the doctors ask the parents that just arrived, say, "Can I take the organs?"
Mm.
They have no mental, emotional
Ability.
condition
No.
to talk about this. So no, take everything. There's many very few people will have this peace of mind to okay, I understand. So this can be the process only saves when the authorities and medical authorities can take the organs before immediately they find the driver's license
You're right.
without any further authorization.
Yeah, that's the fastest and best way of doing it. Why would somebody uh, be scared of being an organ donor at the time that they are at the DMV getting or renewing their driver's license? What would be what?
Nobody is,
Uh-huh.
I believe, nobody is scared to to uh, to be an organ donor because they never think it's going to happen to them. But the parents, the family, around family or friends, they are scared about this. So, what I understand your question, why somebody will refuse when having the first life uh, driver's license or renew it, why they refuse to be an organ donor? I believe this is your question.
Yes.
I don't know the answer. I think it's lack of education. I think maybe a very few percentage is for religion matters.
Mm-hmm.
Some religions they don't permit organ donation, not even blood transfusion.
Right.
But this is 2%.
Right.
So why the others they refuse is just for lack of education. That's where we have room to grow and educating people, and exactly the moment they are in the process to renew their driver's license, they think about this for okay, next time, okay, I'm gonna be a donor.
I was that was going to be my next question is the type of education that is available at the time of the renewal or to get a new driver's license, and how is that happening at the DMV, both in person or online, because a lot of that also happens online these days. So there is a work being done to have that in place at this time, Sergio?
No, but not yet. But well, I give you the one of the procedures we are doing. When you are renewing or having your first driver's license, you have a no, they ask what uh, do you there is an option. Do you want to be an organ donor? And you say yes or no. So I'm working with authorities to change a little bit. So automatically, everybody that has a driver's license is an organ donor, unless in the moment they are taking they opt no, I
Opt
don't.
out.
They have to say I don't want to be a donor.
That's amazing. That's so much more assertive. That's that's great. That's amazing.
Yeah,
It's such a
but
small little
we are.
shift that can change the whole thing.
It's a small change, but it can save a lot of lives. Because what happens that people, when they are excited to have their driver's license, they don't even look at the form. They
True?
just do and things like this. So if by principle we live in a very democratic country, so you have the option. Nobody's going to force you
Right.
to do something like this. But in the end of the day, it's easier for people because when they are confronted to the question is, uh, uh, you are organ donor, please mark here if you don't want to be an organ donor. Uh, is a moment of truth.
Yes.
They were not even expected. They have to look at the mirror and say, hmm. And so if they were educated, for example, the example I gave with Selena Gomez, if 478 million people already listen to this, and before they're gonna say no, I want
That's
to be a
right.
donor.
That's right. So in this last moment here of this amazing awareness and movement that you're creating to save lives and save families, and it's an amazing thing. What would you like to leave our listeners with today? And then we'll get to where they can reach you and the cause online. But what would you like to leave them with? What is the message that you would like to leave them with today?
Keep following Jessica because she's part of the ambassadors, and she'll be educating you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sergio, how can they, if they want to reach you through social media or the platform, where can they go?
We are putting together a website now. So at this time, I have only my email, Sergio at lctbrandbuilders.com, which is a complicated thing. So I'm reaching people little by little, but fast through Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So soon, I mean, in 1 month, we're going to have the whole website with all the information and the link to this, all full information. You'll be ready. So we are work in progress. And Jessica, you are just helping us in the beginning of the effort.
Absolutely. So we're recording, of course, this summer of 2025. So once this episode is out, this thing is going to be had multiplied many, many more times. And if you have been watching with us until now, please make sure that you share this episode with your friends and family, because you can also make a difference just by doing that. Just by clicking like, just by subscribing and sharing this episode will make a huge difference. Education is everything, and you have the power to save lives too. So please join us in this movement, which is a beautiful thing to help this country and help people all around the world as well. Thank you, Sergio, for coming in today and sharing your own personal experience, which is so inspiring and so unique. Thank you for everything that you've been doing for humanity. I appreciate you coming on the show. It's a pleasure to meet you. This is Jessica Javens Talk, Season 2, and this show is brought by Forever Living, the aloe vera juice that changed my wellness, Through the Vine, which is the new Fort Lauderdale best wine bar, and produced by the I Am Beast Network.
Let's talk. This is Jessica Javens Talk.